Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So my bovine babies, I am going to look at how you've changed, how you're changing, how things are changing around you, really. It's mostly you, though. It's mostly you, though. So I'm going to look at then, whatever then is to you. Like maybe it's a few weeks ago, a couple days ago, a few months, years, I don't know. And then now, and how I'm going to do it, I'm going to do an equal spread on both of these time periods. I'm going to start with my Archangel deck. I'm going to look at angel guides that you had around you then, guides that you have around you now. It is, yeah, that's interesting. The bottom, you have clear audience. Look at you. Notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Listen to the little voices inside your head, Taurus. And then we're going to go to the it's interesting. You have nature signs. This was extremely prominent and synchronistic in the Pisces reading. It was really crazy, actually. But the fairies, we're going to look at the challenge that you were facing in the past and whatever challenge you're facing now. And then I'm going to go into my Heaven and Earth Tarot, and I'm going to pull out cards for each side then and now and kind of get like, I guess a bit of blueprint of who you were then and like who you are now, what you're dealing with. And then just when you thought it was all over, we're going to go into my Key deck, She-Who, and we're going to pull out between these two spreads the lesson that you have not fully learned yet and the lesson that you have fully learned. And what do we have here? She who yearns, yearn, longing, and pine for. All right, let's get started. It is a general reading. So because of that, it may or may not resonate, Taurus. If it does and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. Let's start with the angels, honey. Whether you believe in them or not, that doesn't make them there or not there. It's like manifestation. Whether you believe in it or not doesn't mean you can or cannot do it. It actually probably means that you're not doing it so well if you don't believe in it. All right. Taurus. Angel guide that you had around you then. And this was also, we'll also talk about like a category of problem or so sensitivity. Archangel Haniel. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. So this is then, it's supposed to be then. So you were going through something, or maybe energies were really intense around you, or going through a lot of emotional changes. I do feel like that though energy, something was going on with perhaps other people's emotions and energies around you, or maybe just in the world in general, and you were very sensitive to this. So you were sort of being, not as much as protected by this angel, but likely sort of guided away from certain situations or guided towards more peaceful circumstances for yourself. So you were highly sensitive. You were going through something that was, you know, and it could have been too, like, maybe you yourself were negotiating some sort of difficult change or some sort of obstacle in your life, and it did cause you to be more hypersensitive to everything going on. Like, what do you mean by that? What do they mean by that? You know, like just maybe overanalyzing. But, right, like, I want to say too, though, because it says honor yourself and your feelings. So giving yourself the space that you needed and honoring yourself in that. Respecting yourself enough to say, yeah, I need space for me. So the angel you have around you now, Taurus. Oh, hello from heaven. This one. Yeah, actually, this is the same one that Aries had. That's really funny. Archangel Azrael, your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. So again, if you're worrying about some things here, this angel is telling you just to release it. Don't worry about it. They will look after your worries. Just focus on the things that are the blessings around you, the things that feel really good in your life. The bottom, you have healthy lifestyle. Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthy diet, get adequate sleep and exercise regularly for optimal health, Taurus. Optimal health, Taurus. Eat well, sleep well, exercise, not just comfort foods. All right, let's keep building this up. Let's look at the fairies and let us see what challenge you were going through in the past and what challenge you are facing now. There's too many. I hope you don't have that many challenges. Challenge you were facing in the past. Moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Wow. It does feel like you were going through a very hypersensitive emotional period in the past. Really hypersensitive. And it might not just have been things going on around you. It could have just been like some sort of a cycle between you and your planetary energies. Something that was just going on with your body. This kind of hypersensitivity, I almost feel like too that there's almost some sort of like DNA upgrades or some sort of level of ascension going on within you or your consciousness. And it almost feels like with this kind of energy that, like if you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions. Hypersensitive, right? And reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So you were really going through something that was difficult to have peace of mind in the past. Definitely navigating something that was filled with unknown possibilities, probably triggering some fears that you had within you, maybe fears that you've never faced before or imagined for yourself. And this is, of course, going to make you hypersensitive, right? So the challenge that you face right now, believe in magic. Open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern light says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. Now, this is interesting because, yeah, it was when I was holding up the deck to show you what cards I was using. You had the card that was very prominent in Pisces reading. If you ever wanted to believe in magic, go and watch that, because it's really interesting how it plays out. It's really interesting how it plays out, how spirit works. That I was going on and on about something that was happening at the bird feeder, not there today. No, actually has never happened before. It was really unusual. And I was getting Pisces kind of a play-by-play. And I said, like, I swear this is a message for you somehow. And then a few more minutes into the reading, that card was pulled out for them, the challenge that they face now, which is signs from nature. Like that whole message was assigned to them. So there's something here about, you know, perhaps things not working out the way that you hoped they would. There's definitely, for trying to believe in magic, either, I don't feel like a lot of you coming to this reading wouldn't believe in magic, but there might be something that's kind of pushed you back a bit, taken your faith away a little bit, or reduced it on some level. Yeah, it's open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The more you understand about existence, the more you understand about magic. I have a friend who's a medical doctor, and she's even said, like, even everything that she knows about how a human fetus is created, you still can't understand it. Like, it's still, there's such an element there that's just incomprehensible. I mean, the fact that we're all here is pretty goddamn magical. It really is. The bottom, you have transformation and abundance. So you know what? You are transforming into something quite more than what you're experiencing right now. And maybe that's what it is. If you're not experiencing a great amount of abundance right now, it can be hard to believe. So transformation, this fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. Oh, I like that. So whatever bests you've had in life up to this point, you have not experienced the best of the bests. That's kind of nice to know. So if you've lost some things in your life, or some things have been taken away from you, whether like you've made active decisions to remove things from your life, or the universe has done that, or however that's happened, things have just naturally come to an end of a cycle. And parts of those aspects of your life had really good emotions and feelings and experiences and memories. That was nothing, honey, compared to what's coming, apparently. Abundance. Prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks you may have. In fairyland and human land, there is enough abundance for everyone. I know, I probably can seem a little obnoxious if you're not having a good day. All right. Because there's days I'm not having a good day, and I don't want to sit in that energy if I am having a good day. We're going to go into tarot and get kind of like a bit of a thumb in his deck. Come on now. Okay. Let's look at this. Let's look at Taurus. I was going to call you Tarot. Isn't that weird? I was going to call you Tarot. I guess because I'm shuffling this tarot. Taurus, Tarot. You have a lot of similar letters. The bottom, you have the Five of Wands, the Lovers. No, that's not. What is that? This is the Two of Cups. That's the Two of Cups. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm like, no, the Lovers is not number 2. It's the Two of Cups. Because it's called Love in this deck. They have different names. Like Five of Wands is Strife. So it takes me a minute sometimes. And then Illusionary Success, Seven of Cups. So you have Strife, Love, and Illusionary Success, which is Five of Wands, Two of Cups, and Seven of Cups. So you're definitely working through like finding your reciprocity, perhaps finding a deep, passionate love, finding something that you can be deeply and passionately in love with about life, maybe just your life or some aspect of your life. And it seems like it's illusionary success only, right? Like, it's what plays in your mind always seems to be successful, but what ends up happening is there's always competing elements here that do not always come together well. That's your underline. Okay, then in the past you had the Princess of Swords, like the Page of Swords. Like this great strength, it's the Nine of Wands. And then the Chariot. So it's interesting that they call that great strength, because it is an energy that I feel like, particularly Wand and Fire, that would build you up into the Strength card, like having persevered something and become much stronger. Even though at the time it was not making you feel stronger, it would have been making you feel probably weaker, maybe lower in energy. Definitely. But it's kind of like, it's the idea of working out. If you're exercising and working muscles in a certain way, you are fatiguing them to build their strengths. So that does happen to us throughout life. So you were trying to learn, I feel like in the past, you were, whether you were consciously aware of it or not, you were learning about how strong you could be. You were learning about how strong you could actually be and how you could actually get yourself going again. Even when it seemed like you didn't have any answer about where you were going to go, where you were going to end up, what the day might provide for you as an outcome, and probably hitting some pretty hard days in doing that. So it doesn't feel like a particularly easy energy from your past. The energy you have now, though, it's looking good. You have material success, the Six of Pentacles. So even just with the name of that card too, material success, I feel like somehow you, at least on the material realm, perhaps, you definitely have enough that you can give on some level. I mean, that's what this person is doing. Equally give and take. Seem like to the accountant, to the charity. I don't know, but there's definitely something here about physical abundance, financial abundance for you. Definitely that feels like it's evened out. It's evened out for you on some level, and having enough, more than enough to give in certain areas of your life. Then you have the King of Wands and the Three of Pentacles, which is called material work. The Three of Pentacles, material work. Wow. You are continuing to build something here. It's funny how you have the challenge is believe in magic. I think I might actually clarify that. Because you are producing magic here. Maybe you're producing magic in one part of your life and not realizing like how much magic you've actually incorporated to do this. And magic is using energy. It's really everything around us is energy. Even every little cell like within us has like a nucleus, and there's movement. Like our whole body is movement. It's so magical. It's absolutely incredible that any of us are functioning. I think that's what my doctor friend said. She said, when you realize how complicated the creation of life is, and that like 99% of us are born without any like, you know, huge deformities or big issues. I mean, there's always obviously a few, but the fact that it's so complicated and comes out so well so often, it's mesmerizing. So we're all about magic. It's really incredible, and you're doing some of it here. And I want to say you're kind of doing it on one of the harder ways to achieve it here on Earth, because Earth is very dense. Earth is a very dense, just the gravitational force of Earth is dense. It's heavier than a lot of the other planetary bodies. It's three-dimension for one thing, and the universe works much more on energies, flowing substances. So when you try to manifest on Earth, you usually find a lot of obstacles, or it can become difficult. If you ever needed evidence for yourself or proof that you are creating magic, is that you've achieved something financially here and you're about to make more. It's giving you power. It's giving you power over your life with the King of Wands. And then material work, you may even actually be going into something else, something more collaborative with other people. I do feel like you're going to be showing up as a leader in it. That's for sure. So I'm not going to clarify believe in magic until I do the L key, the lesson that you have not fully learned yet, and then the lesson that you still need to learn. Or no, the lesson that you have learned. I just want to see if this tells me anything about that. The lesson not fully learned. She who thrives, flourish, prosper, and blossom. Maybe only in the beginnings of this tarot energy that's coming out here. And, well, this is a lesson that I would say, if it's a lesson that's not fully learned, it's a lesson that you've been pretty engaged in. So I do feel like, though, that you're coming pretty close to learning this lesson. And what is the element of thrive for you, though? Maybe there's been so much struggle leading up to whatever success that you've got here, that you're not even seeing the success because you've been so buried in what the struggle has been. Okay, the lesson that you have learned. She who questions, curiosity, destiny, and search. Oh, Oh, I like that. That's how you use magic. Because then you flow. You're in the flow. This feels like being in the flow. Having questions about life. Having curiosity. Is there more for me? Is this all that I can be? Is this all that I'm meant to be? Can I create more? All of these questions. And I feel like it starts to carve a path. It starts to open up your path of fate. And in that is where you produce your destiny. You search, the search for your destiny. It sounds like you found it. That you have found your destiny. But you may not realize how much you're about to flourish and grow and blossom and prosper. Maybe you're only feeling it in one part of your life. So if this is three-dimensional, if it's monetary, maybe you're thinking, well, you know, I don't have the relationship that I was always hoping to have, or I don't have the, I've never found the home, or maybe you're making lots of money, but it's not your dream. Like there's a lot of other ways that we find fulfillment. So I think though that you're on track. You're definitely on track, Taurus. She who is wild, untamed, wild, and mysterious. Yeah, I like that. You go, girl, you go, guy. All right, I want to look at the magic. I'm going to look at the magic for you. It does talk about nature, so... And the fairy of the Northern Lights, that's freaking incredible too. Do you know why there's Northern Lights? It's one of the, is it one of the first, if not the first mechanism that the earth uses to protect itself and all its inhabitants from the sun's cosmic radiation. That's exactly what that is. And isn't it the most beautiful way to protect oneself? So it's basically like when the radiation hits the earth, it's moved across the globe, and I think it's more intensified at the poles, so that's why you see this light. And it goes through a whole transformation so that by the time it actually, I think the final step, if I remember correctly, is lightning. And that's the final point of, like, it's alchemizing. The earth is alchemizing the radiation of the sun so it doesn't kill us. That's how the Northern Lights are created, or why they're there. So you will see more Northern Lights if there's a lot more solar activity from the sun. Do you see how the whole goddamn system is magical? Like, it is. Okay, so I feel like I just gotta convince you, man. The Ace of Pentacles. You are on your way. You are on your way. The Six of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So maybe there's like this one thing that you're waiting for, that you're like, I don't, with the Six of Swords, it feels as if, you know that you don't have control in how you get there. So you're sort of kind of waiting for the universe, for the energies, for the magic to start working around you. That's the challenge, to get yourself going to some sort of a new beginning here, to get yourself going to some sort of level. And it's real though, but you're making it real. Maybe this is showing you like where you're about to go. If you're not quite feeling it yet. Like you're about to go somewhere pretty big here. Material success, it's what this says. The Six of Pentacles, material success. Five of Wands, justice, Page of Pentacles, and the Nine of Cups. This is a material success. It's going to have something to do with a wish fulfillment. And it's about, look at the scales of justice appear twice here for you in the now. It's happening now. So maybe you're just feeling the Five of Wands, like this is still something that you're struggling with, or there's some sort of ongoing battle, or something internal, some sort of yes, no, maybe, whatever could be going on in your own mind. But it feels like there's something here, and you're going to receive, it feels like it's the start of something with the Page of Pentacles. And this start of something is exactly what you were looking for with the Nine of Cups. Just this simple beginning is all I wanted. And no complications around it. It doesn't feel complicated. And there you go. And then the King of Wands, you own it, baby. Like, nobody... He's pretty strong. He's got like flames around him. He's got the strength of that lion, the strength card energy that, right? Great strength. Learning to become that. The King of Wands. The Five of Cups and the Two of Wands. It just feels like that you are succeeding in something monetarily here, but on the emotional front, perhaps. But this magic can occur in all these different ways. You're waiting, you're imagining, hoping. That's the first step in manifesting. Material work, the Three of Pentacles. The cards have been so active today. King of Wands again, Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, the World, and victory. The Six of Wands. Yeah. Well, I don't know. There could be a job opening for you. And if there is, you're going to sit so pretty in this. I swear to God. Usually the world almost always comes to me as some sort of final conclusion in a cycle in your life, a very major cycle. It still means that. The World card can never really not mean that. That is one of the strongest meanings of this card, and particularly with these fixed energies. It's like to symbolize that you have progressed, and the fact that it is at the end of the tarot, the major arcana, at the end, that these fixed energies, you've worked through a very difficult cycle, and you've achieved something that can't be achieved quickly, and it can't be achieved without challenge, and then you have victory here. So there is a sense of definitely achieving something, perhaps in work, receiving some sort of achievement here. I do feel like, though, this is almost being seen on a bigger scale, on a more grand scale, with the World and the Six of Wands. So it could be a promotion. It could be something that you're working with. Even, I wonder if some of you are also involved, like, in social media on some level here with that. Because it does feel like, too, that there's something that you are putting the work and effort in singularly here. And maybe that's what's closing off. And then this is coming together with others. Because you've successfully completed something that you've been working on pretty much like on your own. Or you've been the biggest part of what this is. Oh, geez. You got the Six of Pentacles at the bottom again. Your material success. There you go, Taurus. That's a very interesting reading for you. To cap it off, how you've changed. I think you've gone through a tough cycle in the past. And this difficult cycle did cause you to be hypersensitive to the things that were going on around you. But I think it actually served you well. It might have even caused you to be able to read energy in situations on a much more finely tuned level than you ever could have before. And because of that, it's brought you over here to some really good success. You continued, if you could look at where you've been and where you are now, I feel like this will help you believe in the magic that surrounds us, and know that you can continue this to produce that magic and utilize it throughout every aspect of your life. Yeah, there was something else I wanted to say. Gone. It's totally gone, so I guess it wasn't important. Oh, yes. Okay, so what I was talking about, if you've been through something difficult and it made you hypersensitive to energies and emotions, people, whatever that could be, it's almost like if someone who's gone through something really, really devastating, even like a real actual war on some level, and people do still experience that throughout the world. Most of us are very, very lucky that we don't or haven't. But people that do experience this are extremely sensitive to the things that people say, to people's body language, to recognizing when it might be a good time to start saving money, economy is changing, or people's attitudes are changing, because they've been through it. And it's almost like your own body takes on an ability to adapt, and you become adaptable in a difficult situation. So when you find yourself in an easier situation, you still have that adaptability. And I think that shows up here with the King of Wands. So that's all I have to say. That's it. So I'm going to go to the extended Taurus. In the extended, I'm going to look at the transforming energy and then the future you. So we're kind of looking at the energy, I guess, that we have here in the now, and how that transforms, how that will transform into future you. And we'll look at that. So thank you so much, Taurus, my bovine babies. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.